What's up, YouTube? Baseball Card Junkies TV here.
Top 85401.
Titanic Taters.
I don't know why I did that, but that was the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. So, yeah, we're finally hanging out here live. We're in the man cave, and Eric has a topic he wants to talk about, so I'll let Eric get started. Then once we're done with our topic, then we'll just have kind of a hangout and maybe show off a few cards and just kind of talk and whatever you guys want to talk about.
Sounds good to me, Nate.
All right.
So I guess the first topic, I'm not really sure how to title this or preface this, but it's more along the lines of responsible collecting, and we're not letting collecting become a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think this is especially maybe with new collectors, with new collectors mostly that are just jumping into the hobby, spending a lot of money, or collectors that are, maybe in some kind of light competition. They feel like it's a competition to accumulate as many cards as possible. So I think the first step is, maybe let's talk about disposable income.
Yes. So, lately, I've been taking a little bit. I've stepped off the gas a little bit lately, just because I've had changes in my income and my financial situation. So what I've found is I have to change my habits on how much I spend or allocate on my card collecting. And it's been kind of interesting, but it's actually been a lot easier than I thought it would be. And I have been buying a lot less, but I'm still able to enjoy the hobby. As far as priorities, what I found is, of course, you want to take care of your bills. You want to take care of retirement. You want to take care of any other, like medical issues or any other type of responsibilities. And once you've done all that, if you still have money left over that to have fun with, that's where the hobby comes in.
Yeah, it should be your disposable income, not your rent money, not your not your kids' lunch money, or the money to pay your PG&E bill or whatever. It should be income that is available and disposable to use for a collection.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Because this is a hobby. It's not like a job or anything. Well, I guess for some people, card collecting is a job, but for people like Eric and I, this is purely a hobby.
It's not something that should take you to the point where you're in debt or starts causing familial issues.
Yeah.
And it should be fun. It's something that should never cause you stress about whether or not you're spending too much money.
Exactly.
And even myself, along with Nate, we've both kind of taken the gas pedal off of our main PCs, with Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire, because we're noticing that the cards that we're wanting are getting to the point where it's too expensive. And literally, these words came out of Nate's mouth. I want to collect Barry Bonds, but I don't want to go broke collecting Barry Bonds.
Exactly.
And he's added a side PC, Tim Lincecum.
Yep.
I've started building up my Jason Giambi PC a little more, because I can get the same cards from Jason Giambi that I would want from Mark McGwire at 1/10 of the cost.
And then that's another way for you to enjoy the hobby without having to extend your budget to an unsafe level.
Yeah.
And so with my Lincecum, so I decided about 2 months ago, I actually had I had the honor of talking to Lincecum for a brief, maybe about a minute. It was over FaceTime. I got to talk with Lincecum, and right then I realized it kind of re-sparked my, how much I enjoyed Tim Lincecum as a player. It was exciting to talk with him, because he kind of after his he retired, or after his stint with the Angels, he kind of disappeared No one heard about him. No one knew where he was. Where's Tim Lincecum? What's going on with Tim Lincecum? And all of a sudden, he popped up. I had an opportunity to talk to him, and I said, that's what I want to do. I want to collect Lincecum. This bond stuff is getting too expensive. I bet you no one's thinking about Timmy. And I forgot how much I enjoyed watching Lincecum. And when I thought about it, his career accomplishments, he's got 2 Cy Youngs, 2 no-hitters, 3 world championships.
He has an ERA title too, I think.
Yeah, he's got 1 or 2 ERA titles, I think 2 or 3 strikeout titles. His impact on baseball was huge when he was playing. Now, his career was really 7 years, where he was like an everyday starter for about 7 seasons. So he's not a Hall of Fame candidate or anything like that, but my God, he was the most exciting pitcher in baseball when he was in his prime.
For that stint.
So, yeah, so that was absolutely awesome. Anyway, I'm laughing because someone just sent me a text message. I don't know if you're watching us here live, but if you are, say what's up and then all that. So, anyways, I love Tim Lincecum, man. I'm so happy I started collecting them. I put like $80 in COMC. And I picked up 65 super awesome Lincecum cards for $80. And these are cards numbered to 100, numbered to 50. I got a couple of cards numbered to 25. I got a couple of nice rookie cards that I didn't have. Lots of refractors, X-fractors, colored parallels.
He's already looking for 4-row boxes that can fit top loaders.
Yeah,
for his Lincecum collection.
Yeah, so $80, and I think I got like 65 or 66 Lincecum cards sitting in Redmond, Washington, waiting to come out my way. And I'm probably gonna put a little more money in that order because I want to get the COMC order up to 100 cards, because I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have them shipped through the escrow account or through the account on COMC, they give you a $5 credit, plus on Black Friday you get free shipping. So I'm trying to stretch my budget as far as I can and get as many Lincecum cards as possible. But yeah, man, that's been fun picking his stuff up. And you could talk about your Giambis.
Oh, Giambis, I've just like pretty much almost have the full run of the Circa Raves.
Oh, those are cool.
I think I'm missing like 1 or 2 cards from that.
Circa Rave, yes.
But, you know, I got all the Donruss Crusades, the Fleer Tiffany's, like...
That's awesome.
Just crazy the cards that you can get of someone who's a star in baseball. Like, they were, like, the guy for, like, 3-4 seasons.
Oh, yeah, Giambi got an MVP. He was, like, the biggest free agent the year he went to the Yankees. I mean, that guy was awesome.
So, and he, like, what he did with on-base percentage those years with the A's.
Yeah.
That was, like, a historical run.
I just want to say what's up to Ron. Got to meet him at the 2019 National. Super cool dude. I know a bunch of guys are in here chatting, but what's up, Ron? I haven't seen everybody who's in here, but yeah, that was awesome meeting him in Chicago 2019.
And I think another thing with the responsible collecting, or whatever you want to call it,
don't buy doubles.
Don't.
But if you do, sell them to your homie.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Eric bought 2 of these, and I snagged this bad boy up from him today.
Yep.
Yeah. Cut above, 90s insert.
It's a good one.
Yep.
I think is time management, right?
Oh.
So like,
I didn't even think about time management.
Like, especially with super collectors, it can be a habit of like wanting to. I need to see the newest card. I need to see the newest card. I have to find. I have to find this card.
Yeah.
And you spend a lot of time on eBay. Like, even when you're out, like, with your family, you're, like, having a family trip or doing something with your family, and you're constantly, you know, on your phone.
That could be a problem,
It can
for
be
sure.
a problem.
Yeah, like, you know what was awesome is I took a trip to Mexico with my wife, and I was, like, super stressed out before we went to Mexico. And the first 4 or 5 days I was in Mexico, I turned my phone off, didn't even look at it. And I didn't think about baseball cards or anything at all. It was kind of nice to take a break.
Yeah.
Of course, towards the tail end of the trip, you know, I kind of snuck in there and started looking at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice to take a little bit of a break, because then it makes you appreciate the hobby that much more when you step back into it.
Yeah, and like for myself, I've had to kind of set up times like, you know, an hour, you know, a few times a week after I put my, you know, Owen to bed, and that's like for me to organize baseball cards,
Yeah.
right? Or like if
Yeah.
my wife takes him to a birthday party or something like that, you know, I get a couple hours, and that's when I organize baseball.
Now Owen, he's in pre-kindergarten.
TK, transitional
Oh
kindergarten.
my God! So those kids are probably going to birthday parties like
Dude, it's
every
like
weekend.
all the
huh?
way through December. It's going to be birthday parties. Ridiculous.
Now, I remember 20 years, or no, about 15 years ago when my kid was in kindergarten. I don't know if it's
Because
like
they
this
have to
everywhere.
invite everybody in the
Yeah,
class.
that's weird. Like when I was a kid,
Whatever
it didn't work that way.
Whatever
I
happened
only wanted
to
my friends to,
favoritism?
I only wanted my friends to go to my birthday. I didn't want Charlie from across the room.
I didn't want the
you know,
whiny
with
kid that eats glue or picks his nose to be coming to the birthday party.
That's just kind of weird. But anyway, I guess it keeps Owen busy on the weekends, evidently.
Yeah.
I know you had one weekend we were trying to hang out. Eric was going to come over, and then he calls me up and he's like, "Nate, I'm too tired, man. I just went to 2 or 3 birthday parties this weekend. We can't
It's
do our junkies thing
I just
today."
need to decompress from all this like craziness.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers, you know, don't get yourself in debt to collect baseball cards or any sports cards.
Yeah, it's a hobby. It's a hobby. I just want to show you guys something that I got in the mail. There's a guy named Big Harv that's subscribed to my Tops 85 401 channel. He sent me a care package, but I guess Mike Baseball Collector was doing a contest. And he made these custom cards and he decided to send them to me. So I figured I'd share them with you guys. But that is a Barry Bonds game use syringe card.
Oh, Jesus.
These are like customs, right? And then a Barry Bonds
I wouldn't even
Balco
want
card.
that.
You know what? I collect bonds, and if people want to give me
it's
shit,
kind of
I don't
funny,
care because
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. You have to have a sense of humor about the hobby. And this guy's he's a nice guy, man.
It's
and then
funny.
he sent me his custom card too. So Big Harv, if you're watching this, all 3 of these are going to go into my YouTube PC binder.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of 1 of 5. I don't know what I don't know what 1 of 5 means on this, but
You made 5
anyway.
of them.
Okay, well I don't know where the other 4 are, but I got this one. It's actually just something he printed on his printer. It's a piece of paper.
It's fine.
So it'll end up in my YouTube PC binder, but I figured I'd share that with you guys. So if there's anybody in the room right now, people hanging out with us, see a piece of paper.
Let's talk
Wants
about
to
some
talk
stuff.
about-
Let's talk about some stuff going on in Garrett Cole.
Oh,
Where do we think he's going to end up?
I don't know. Well, you know,
that was kind of some controversial stuff that he did after that game, right?
Yeah, well-
he like immediately took the Astros hat off, put on his agent's company's hat, and was like, they asked him a question, and he was like, "Well, I don't know. I'm not an employee of the team anymore," or something like that, right?
wow, that's unprecedented behavior.
So clearly that indicates that he's going to be going into free
Yeah,
agency.
you know where he's going to end up is in San Francisco because his
No.
brother-in-law, Brandon
Yeah,
Crawford,
that's right.
the starting shortstop for the Giants, and Crawford could definitely say, "Hey, look, if you want your numbers to improve even more, because so New York Yankees fan says he's going to end up in New York." Yeah, that's a bandbox. I don't think a pitcher wants to pitch in a bandbox, but maybe on the other hand, if he wants to try to win.
I think he's going to end up. The Giants, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's a huge ballpark. You got Mad Bum to kind of
or
teach
the Angels. I think the Angels are going to go after him hardcore.
That would be kind of cool because I'd like to see Trout do something.
I'd
in
like
the
to see him
postseason.
get into the postseason.
Oh yeah, I mean, God, you got the best player in baseball, and he's just sniffed the playoffs a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, almost no playoff experience for Mike Trout. So that would be kind of fun to see a dominant pitcher go to the Angels.
And they need
for sure.
it. They need it. That's what they're missing. They're missing starting pitching. Who else is there? Anthony Rendon's going into the offseason as a free agent. I don't think he's going to have the clout that Garrett Cole is going to have.
Well, Garrett Cole's definitely going to be the probably the biggest free agent because he's like a Cy Young caliber pitcher. I don't know if he's going to win the Cy Young, but he certainly could win. I mean, his postseason performance was fantastic.
Yeah, he was good throughout the whole year.
Yeah, and that World Series, by the way, guys, I want to talk about Game 7 of the World Series. I had a blast. Eric, I don't even know if I told you what happened that night, but I was on the phone. I was at work. I had to work till 9 o'clock Pacific time, and the game started at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So basically, the whole game I was at work, right? And so like basically there was no business after 6 o'clock. So what I did is I went in my car and I turned my car in the parking lot and I turned it facing the showroom where I work. And I started listening to the ball game, and I figured, well, if someone goes in the showroom, I can just, meet them in there.
Yeah.
Snoop 12922 ended up calling me, and as you guys know, in baseball card YouTube land, he is a big Nationals fan. So he called me around 6 o'clock or 6:30, and then Aaron Davis called me around 7, and we were literally on the phone till the end of the ball game. I was sitting in my car hanging out with Aaron Davis and Snoop watching the World Series. Game 7, Snoop's fired up because when we first started talking, I think Houston was up 2-0. And then, of course, the Nationals end up winning. And so it was that was just a fantastic night, man. So even though I was alone, I was with a couple of my friends. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Snoop. That was a fantastic night.
And then two people have mentioned Strasburg.
Oh, that's right.
I think he at this point, I think he would be crazy if he decided to opt out.
What is it like? 4 years, 100 million, or 3 years?
I think the Nationals might pay him whatever the heck he asks for at this point.
Yeah, Strasburg had the season that everybody thought he was gonna have when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, he was totally
finally
dominant.
did what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's had actually when you look at Strasburg career numbers,
he's had a good career.
He's kind of like the expectations for him were so high that he's been kind of ignored in the hobby because even though he's been really, really good, he hasn't met the Nolan Ryan expectations. People are saying he's going to be the next Nolan Ryan.
Well, yeah, I mean,
remember that?
No one's going to be the next.
And so obviously that never panned out. He was never the next Nolan Ryan. But now that he's a top 4 pitcher in the game, what do you got? You got Scherzer, Kershaw, Cole, and Verlander and Strasburg. I would put Strasburg in with any top 4. So he's definitely
top 10.
Oh,
probably
easily.
top 6.
For the 2019 season, yeah. So anyways, that's been fun. I can't imagine him leaving the Nationals. I mean, why would he? He
just got a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, why not try to repeat? I think most of the Nationals are going to be with the team next year. They're so young.
They also freed up a lot of money when Bryce Harper moved along. Let's talk about his psychic prediction of bringing a World Series to DC.
I don't know.
Remember that interview?
I don't remember that interview, but I saw quotes all over Facebook.
Dude, he's getting railed on right now on Facebook. It's pretty funny.
Did that happen before the season started or something?
Yeah, when he did his first conference or whatever with Philly, he had a brain slip and said, "We are going to bring a World Series to DC."
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I figured. The quote was based on the Facebook post.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess the fact that the Nationals won the World Series the first year Harper was gone definitely is going to hurt his legacy. I wonder what kind of impact that'll have on him in the hobby. It's not going to be good, for sure. I don't think people are going to be as hyped on Harper as prior to the 2019 season.
I think he's a great player, I mean, it's unfortunately, I think he's kind of like the biggest diva in baseball right now.
Yeah.
Just with how he conducts himself.
Well, I think Harper is like one of those guys. Is he's the greatest player that's not living up to his potential.
Yeah.
So he's really good, but you see that there's more talent in him than what he is producing on the field. And I think for a lot of collectors, it's kind of like a love and hate relationship with Harper.
Yeah.
Because like for example, his MVP season was what he's capable of doing every season, but he's never been able to match that since then.
Yeah.
And
well, he didn't match it before, and he hasn't matched it since.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so Harper's an enigma, man. He's really bizarre because he is a great player. He's a great talent.
You keep asking,
but
yourself,
he's a disappointment at the same time.
You keep asking yourself, when is he going to be great? Like, when is he finally going to like tap into what he's capable of doing?
Well, he needs to do that for 2 years in a row because he did that once.
Yeah.
But now, can he do it for? Can he sustain the greatness?
Yeah.
I think that's a problem with
him
is he has flashes of greatness, but never really able to sustain anything for a long period of time.
Yeah. Like, can he overcome himself? In a way.
Yeah.
Like, it's really what it comes down to. Can he overcome himself?
I don't know. I mean, but think about this, though. Like, if you're Bryce Harper, right? Like, throughout his whole childhood, he was the best ball player. Yeah. And then, I mean, even through high school, through junior college, he went to college. He did a Woodback College, I think, too.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he was always the best. Everybody was kissing his ass. Everybody was telling him he's going to be the next great thing.
Yeah.
So if you're always like in the spotlight and people tell you great and you are great, what is there to motivate you to try to even be better? And I think that's the problem with Harper is everything has come easy for him. As far as I can tell, he's such a natural talent. I don't think that he has to work harder than anybody else to achieve what he's achieved so far. And there's nothing motivating him to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
And I think that's what separates
Mike Trout.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think Trout works way harder than Harper.
Yeah.
But that's what separates, just in general, like that's what separates Michael Jordan from, I mean, who played in his era that was,
Magic Johnson.
Well, Magic Johnson worked hard too, but
Karl Malone.
That's what separates Michael Jordan from like a perennial all-star to the greatest of all time. I mean, Jordan had all the talent in the world and he worked harder than anybody. And so if Harper had that same work ethic, he probably would be the best player in baseball right now. Like if he was studying film, working on his swing, trying to cut out the strikeouts, trying to make more contact, maybe learn how to hit against the shift. Because if you think, I mean, like I know Harper's average is down because they play that extreme shift on him, but he doesn't make any adjustments to hit against the shift.
Well,
and if you were to do that like 25% of the time, people wouldn't shift on you, and then you could do what you want. You don't have to do it all the time. I don't understand why baseball players don't do that.
Part of the low average, though, is also that true outcome theory and the advanced sabermetrics that are now like it's either a strikeout, a walk, or a home run.
I know.
Right? That's what.
Yeah, I know.
So you can strike out 200 times, you hit 35 home runs, and walk 100 times. You're earning your $40 million a year. Or whatever
baseball is gonna. I think baseball is gonna steer away from that.
When
because it's just too.
30 years ago, if you struck out 200 times, or even 40, 50 years ago, you strike out 200 times, you're like considered one of the worst hitters in the league.
Yeah, I remember.
Look at Dave Kingman.
Yeah, Dave Kingman, I think struck out like 189 times or something. He was like the career worst strikeout ever until it was broken by, I forgot who broke it, but now 200 strikeouts is not unusual.
Like he was like, I think he's like the only guy ever to like have an over 100 RBI season, over 40 home run season, and that season has a negative WAR.
That's crazy.
Of how many times he struck out.
Well, WAR is relative to the league for any specific season.
Yeah.
So you because if you were to take Kingman's stats for the year he had a negative WAR and you put him in 2019, he probably would have like a WAR of 5 or 6.
Maybe.
Because relative to the rest of the league, he wasn't striking out that much, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then the 40 home runs would be huge.
Someone said
But anyway,
Rob Deere.
Oh, Rob Deere. Okay, yeah, that was another big strikeout guy. And then who's that one guy that? Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, he's a big strikeout guy that's currently playing, but hits a lot of home runs. I don't know why.
He's on the.
I'm thinking he's
on the Rangers.
What's his name again? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Anyways, I can't think of the name.
Well, like Adam Dunn is a good one too.
Yeah, Adam Dunn, sure.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo, that's another strikeout. Yeah. Well, even you look at Mike Trout. I mean, he's like Barry Bonds, right? In his entire career, he struck out 100 times once, and that was his first full season. So that is a 1987 season. He struck out, I think he struck out like 103 times. That is the only time he struck out 100 times or more in his entire 22 season career. Once he struck out 100 times.
And you look at a guy like Mike Trout, he strikes out 150.
He strikes, yeah. I mean, he's pretty much, you can pencil him in for one strikeout a game. Yet he's a top player in the game right now. So it's just kind of interesting how the game has evolved. That's why you can't compare eras, really.
Yeah.
So
Reggie Jackson, he struck out a lot too.
Yeah, he was a big, but
so
he was a straw that stirred the drink.
This is an interesting question. Why then do so many people place such importance on comparing wars of players from different generations?
I think it's just an easy number to comprehend if you're not familiar with different eras. That's the best way I can answer that.
Well, it's based on the league averages for that era, right?
Yes.
For that year.
Yeah.
So it's all relative?
It's all relative to the specific season. So any given season, whatever your WAR is only relative to the rest of the league for that specific season. So you can't compare numbers for 2019 and compare it to 1958 because all the other players performed much differently in 58 than they did in 2019.
Well, you kind of look at it like Barry Bonds is the leader in WAR by 0.1 over Babe Ruth. Right?
Yeah.
So you got the two greatest players of the generation. They're still right up there.
Yeah.
And they're 0.1 off. So that's why I say it is comparable, but it's relative to the eras in which they played.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not. Yeah.
So look at 1920, and maybe the average player struck out 60 times.
Exactly, yeah.
And
2019, the average player struck out 110 times.
Yeah, so it is relative to how that era played baseball.
Yep. And I think that's why people look at WAR. That's a good point. And so Mike says he doesn't understand what WAR is, and I mean, that's understandable. I don't think a lot of people really understand what WAR is. I personally understand what WAR is. I don't exactly understand all the how it's calculated, but I understand what it is. I kind of understand.
Yeah, it's the wins that any player provides.
Wins above replacement is what WAR means.
Yeah,
so yeah, if you were to take like let's say Justin Verlander, right? It's how many more games his team would win if you were to replace Verlander with an average player.
Yeah.
So
Verlander is like what 7.7 wins above the average player.
Yeah. So if you were to replace Verlander with a very average pitcher, his team would have 7 less wins, or 14 less games over 500 if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, it's really like it's like double. It's like a double swing. So
yeah, it's a double swing. Yeah.
It's actually a 14-point swing, really.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, it's wins above replacement, not games over 500 above replacement.
Yeah, it's the difference between a 100 win season and 62 losses versus
a 93 win season and 67 losses.
Yeah, or 60, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
So
that's a 14 games above 500 difference, but
yeah.
only a 7 win difference.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's kind of confusing,
Well,
but it's a good indicator of
your value to a
your
team.
value to a team above like Joe Schmo, who's just coming in off the bench.
That's why the A's do so well, because they got a lot of these guys that no one thinks about that have like these really high WARs.
Like Marcus Semien.
Yeah, what was his WAR? Like 6 or 7, something like that.
Yeah, he finished like 3rd place or something.
In the
like that,
in the American League. And then you got like 3 or 4 guys like that on the A's, and they're just really quiet. No one knows about them.
The A's have 3 guys in the top 10 for
Yeah,
WAR
you got Chapman, Semien, and
Olsen.
Olsen, yeah. God, what a lineup.
Dude, they're going to be so good next year.
Yeah.
So good. I think the Nationals are going to be really good next year again. Astros are such an offensive powerhouse. If they can keep, 2 of the 3 star pitchers that they have next year, they're still going to be really good.
Yeah, the Yankees are going to be good. They just need that one pitcher,
They need a pitcher.
Yeah, they need that one pitcher. And perhaps even a closer. I don't know. I mean, Chapman, the thing is if you're pitching against a playoff caliber team, I think Chapman is beatable. I mean, he's just beatable. I mean, the Giants beat him in, what was it, in 2012? And then the Astros beat him this year. So he's definitely beatable in the playoffs. Yeah. I guess he did okay with the Cubs the year that they won the World Series, but.
So I was asking, who do you think the next manager of the Giants will be?
I don't know. I
heard Eric Chavez was in the mix.
I would love to see the Giants get a manager that's never managed before. And the reason why is because this Farhan guy, I think that it would be nice to see him find someone that, I don't know, something about the way Farhan works, I think that the best choice for the Giants is someone that's never managed before. I guess you probably don't really care.
I heard Eric Chavez was in the thought.
I mean, he's a smart baseball guy for sure. I mean, I've heard all kinds of names, but I would love to see someone that's never managed before. That would be ideal for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see someone that's been around managing the Giants. We'll see. I don't know. I think that whoever the Giants choose, I'll be surprised. I don't think they'll choose anybody that is even on the radar.
Yeah.
They're taking their time. And Farhan, I think he's a very meticulous, very, he puts a lot of thought into his decision making. He doesn't make fast decisions. He doesn't make easy decisions. He doesn't make the comfortable decision. He makes risky, calculated, and long-term decisions. And that's why I think they're going to hire someone that's never managed before.
He's a very risk-reward type guy.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's a long-term guy. He's not looking at right now. He's not looking for a name to put butts in the seats. He's looking at the big picture. That's my interpretation of Farhan. It's not like I hang out with the guy or whatever. But anyway.
Didn't you have lunch with him last week?
No. But
let's see here. Anyone else? Carlos Beltran?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great that the Mets gave Beltran a chance.
He's an underappreciated player in the hobby too.
Yeah.
Dude was a good player.
Oh yeah, he's smart. He's a baseball guy. He's bilingual. I mean, there's all kinds of I think having a bilingual manager is a huge plus in today's game.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see who's kind of a hot player right now.
Another one that the Giants
Juan Soto. He's only 21.
It was funny during the World Series. I kept seeing on Facebook people were putting joking posts that Joe Buck kept talking about how he's only 21. I mean, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of players that were only 21.
Bregman hits the grand slam in the World Series. Did you know Juan Soto is only 21?
I mean, he's a great ball player. He's going to be around for 20 years. I guess that's his point. I don't know.
I think new stars. Mike Trout's always going to be Mike Trout, right? He's kind of the guy that you aspire to be in baseball. But I think Juan Soto is going to be the number 2.
Yeah, I could see that. He plays loose. And for
What's
a
up
player,
with when he gets a ball, when he takes a ball,
he's just loose. He's having fun. I think that great players play loose.
he does the shimmy from the dude from Major League 2.
But like you see like a 21-year-old in the World Series that plays loose like that, you know he's going to have a hell of a career.
Let's see, who will be the hottest free agent this year? It's going to be Garrett Cole.
Yep, Garrett Cole. Maybe. How about an offensive player? Who do you think could be the hottest?
The only one I know of is Rendon.
I mean, he's not even.
Who else is there?
I don't know. Who do you guys think will be the hottest offensive player? To be honest, there is no real huge names. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But obviously Garrett Cole's going to be. I mean, the Yankees are going to want him, so that's just going to put him way up there. That guy's going to make some money.
Do we think he's going to sign a record contract? I mean, he's a pitcher. He's not going to get a 10-year contract.
I think teams have learned that you don't want to, especially guys throwing 100 miles an hour, you don't want to give them a 10-year contract. It'll be interesting. I would say
5 to 7 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he's going to get a long-term deal, something tells me he's going to end up in New York.
You think so?
I think New York's the only team that could afford to pay someone like Garrett Cole.
The Angels have deep pockets.
True, but...
And we know they've done it before.
I mean, I don't know. I would love to see him go to the Giants. But if you're talking 7 years, if you think Garrett Cole's going to get 7 years, I don't see the Giants doing that. There's just no way. Because you got Barry Zito, you got Matt Cain. Ironically, Lincecum should have signed a big deal, and he didn't. Mm-hmm. And he killed himself with that one, but they would have. And then the Giants got to deal with the Mad Bum contract too. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know.
I do think he's going to end up with either the Angels or the Yankees.
Yeah.
Because the Angels
but they got all that money in Trout, and they got all that money in Shohei Ohtani. Where are they going to get money for Garrett Cole? And they're a losing team. I bet you if the Angels get Garrett Cole, they're still not better than the A's, who have a payroll of nothing.
They're not better than the A's.
Even with Garrett Cole, the Angels aren't better with the A's.
But they'll at least have a chance. To
be a wild card. Well, I mean, but still you got Houston in that division. How the hell is Anaheim or the Angels, not Anaheim, how are they even going to get in the playoffs? I mean, I guess there's 2 wild cards.
So how do you feel like...
But...
Joe Madden going to the Angels? Yeah, that's good. He had a good stretch with the Cubs.
Yeah.
He's obviously a championship manager.
Yeah.
Right? He knows what he's doing. But like the Astros, is Greinke just on the? He was just on the roster for this season.
I think so. Yeah.
So he's got to renegotiate in the offseason.
Yeah,
but end up somewhere else.
Yeah, but Greinke's not a huge. I mean, he's not what he was.
What about
He's
Verlander?
Been around. Verlander, he's still pretty damn good. I mean, the thing about Verlander is he's learned how to pitch.
Yeah.
And he doesn't depend on his velocity. He's a completely different pitcher now than he was 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, he was blowing people away with velocity. Now he's mixing speeds and location. So any pitcher that can make that transition from velocity to pitching,
hard, dude.
I mean, he does, but he doesn't throw as hard as he used to. But he's made that transition. He might end up being great for another 10 years.
I mean,
because he doesn't need velocity to get guys out.
He hits 98 to 100 miles an hour in the 6th and 7th inning.
True,
and then his warm-up is like 100 pitches. Dude, he's like that machine. He's kind of like...
Yeah, he's going to be around for a while.
Of this generation,
I think Verlander is going to be around for a while, for sure. I think he's got another 10 years.
10?
Yeah, well, he came up in, 07?
If he gets another 10 years, he hits 300 wins.
True. Yeah, because that would give him like 22
He's like 35
seasons.
or 36.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Yeah, you're right. Maybe 8 more seasons.
Maybe.
Maybe pitch. Because how old was like CC?
Jamie Moyer. He was
Yeah,
like in
well,
his
he was
50s.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think he's got like 5 years. Dude, he may hit 300 wins.
Yeah, good.
I hope he does.
So, so anything else you guys want to talk about? Should we show off some cards? We've been over here talking baseball, but maybe we should show off some cards, huh?
We don't show off cards anymore.
I know, but this is Baseball Card Junkies TV. Anyway, I don't know what to show off.
And this will be archived, by the way.
Yes, we're gonna archive
if you've missed
this.
the first part,
Yeah.
you can watch it
Yeah.
again.
Hopefully the very beginning wasn't boring.
I think it was good information.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So let's talk about 90s inserts for a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Well, we could go like yes. So that kind of circles what we were originally talking about. I don't know how many of you guys watched the Derek Jeter 1996 Select Certified Gold auction, but that card sold for $203,000, I think it was.
Ridiculous.
And with investigation, it was sold through PWCC. And from what everybody I've talked to that knows the people that bid on the cards, it was not shill bidding. These were legitimate bids. This was a legitimate auction. Unbelievable. And that is going to drive the 90s market. Eric and I both have noticed, like with McGuire and Barry Bonds, a lot of the cards that we were picking up for 20, 30, 40 bucks are now selling for $150, $200.
Yeah.
The prices are just skyrocketing on a lot of those 90s inserts.
And that's just the rare, like even the like common inserts. Like
they're not selling for that much.
They're getting up. The cards that you were buying for, $5, $10, $15 are now 20, 30,
yeah, like you were
$40.
talking about that Pinnacle Home Away card. Yeah, those are, I mean, that's just I bought one. I bought my Bonds home card. I should probably get it out so I can show you guys what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I bought it for like 20 bucks a few months ago, and now they probably would sell for like $100 now.
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah. But I'll show, what brand is that's Pinnacle?
Pinnacle, I think. Or Ultra, one of the two.
No, it's not Fleer Ultra. It's this one right here.
Yeah.
So like stuff like this is just going through the roof.
Like that
man.
should be in a magnetic now.
I know. I paid like 20, 25 bucks for this card. But like yeah, all these 90s inserts are just going. There's the away one. These ones aren't as tough.
Yeah.
But that's like a hot card. Here's the Select Certified Gold.
The first one.
The mirror gold, but it's wah wah wah. It's
looks
1995. Cool. Well, the 96 isn't cooler than this. It's just rare.
I think that looks cooler than the 96.
I do too. This card is sick.
And you can get these for $10, $5.
Yeah, I think I probably paid like $10 for this one like 5 years ago. I don't know what it would sell for now. But stuff like that is just going ape shit. Like I saw this card. I bought this card for about $60 maybe a year ago. Now there's one on eBay. Buy it now for $399. And that is just like what's been going on with the 90s inserts.
There are cards,
anyway,
like specifically like guys like Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire,
Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas.
Well, I'm just picking the guys that are like big names, but not like not a lot of super collectors on them, right? But the cards that are being listed now, the 90s inserts, are almost becoming unattainable for those collectors. You have your guys like Derek Jeter and Ken Griffey Jr. Those are guys that have big pocketbooks that can afford that kind of stuff,
Who's that? Who dat?
Barry Bonds.
No, what does it say?
Titanic Taters.
Titanic Taters. Who's that?
It's me.
That's him. Hey, I got his card. Hey, I got your card, Titanic Taters. That's right, baby. I got his card.
Yeah. Good job.
Anyway, So yeah, it's been really interesting. I know this card here. A lot of people have been talking about this card. This Pinnacle, 93 Pinnacle Dufex.
Dufex.
Yeah, baby.
Dufex action.
That card's sweet. These things are shooting up. What? Oh, the 93 Finest Refractors. Have you?
Oh, they're getting ridiculous.
Those things are getting really expensive.
I'm glad I got mine like 5 years ago.
Oh, you've had the McGuire that long?
Yeah, I've had it a while.
Damn, dude.
So we have 2 questions.
Oh, here's another one. Yes, 2
From
questions.
Classic Cards. So luxury good, right? When the economy is good, the hobby excels. And then another one is that is a short print that's driving it up so high? I don't think so. Rarity does have a part to play in it, but I think it's a lot of people that are our age that are getting back into the hobby, and they're like, I now am making money and can buy these cards.
How old are you, Eric?
40 years old. And you just turned 46, right?
No,
45.
47.
47? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was younger than he was. He just turned 47 today.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And
yes, so
it's
basically,
guys like us that collected cards in that time period or grew up in that time period, and those are our heroes of baseball.
yes.
And now we're like, hey, I can afford a $200 card.
Yep,
I can afford a $300.
Yep.
And we're driving up the prices on ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh. Anyway, yeah. Oh, here's another one. Stuff like this, the EX.
Yeah. Essential credential.
This is just a regular old EX Essential Credential. These things are going nuts. Thank you, everybody, for the saying happy birthday. Eric let the cat out of the bag there. But anyways, yeah, I mean, stuff like this, going crazy.
It's all going up.
Yep. I mean, some of it priced out of the market. Oh, there's my other. So if anybody has any questions on 90s inserts, we can go into that a little bit. I don't know how much more time we have to hang out on here. Oh, here's one. I know that Eric. Let's see. Do you have this one? I know the other Eric has this one. He just got it not too long ago.
The prize collections? Or
No. Where is it?
Preferred power.
Oh, well, he's got all those. And so do you. Most of them. Oh, you got the Crusade green now.
Yes, I have the green and the purple.
Purple. The purple.
I don't have the red.
Crusade purple. Yeah, actually someone gave me the red for my birthday in a Facebook message. They didn't actually give it to me. They just sent me an image of it and said happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Nice.
I was like, that's the best that was the best Facebook happy birthday of all, man. Showing me a Crusade
Ralston
red.
asks, inserts really started in the 90s, right? Yes.
Yeah.
1991, Donruss Elite.
Well, technically, inserts go back to the 60s, with Topps was putting them in packs.
What were they?
Like the game cards or the Deckle Edge cards or those posters. And then Fleer was doing inserts in the 80s with like the All-Star cards and all that. But the first numbered inserts was 91 Donruss,
like
the
short
Elite.
Print.
Yeah, short print. Yeah. But inserts have been around for a while. I'd say since the 60s. But anyways,
So
are you reading?
asks,
You're reading.
Are 90s inserts from rookie seasons considered a rookie card? There's not a lot of 90s inserts that...
Well, I bet you he's asking that because the Jeter, right? The 96 Select Certified Gold Jeter
That's not his rookie year.
From 1996. That's Jeter's rookie season, but it's not his rookie card.
That was in 1993.
Yeah, 93 was his rookie card. But if you were going by today's standards of what is considered a rookie card, the 96 Select Certified Gold would be a rookie if you were going by today's definition of a rookie card. So it's kind of, I don't know, I think people's collecting habits might change because of what is currently considered a rookie card. And I think that is a lot of what drove the price of that Jeter.
86, 87 Fleer Michael Jordan, right? It's not his rookie season, but it's
that's not even his rookie season.
It's like he's been in for 6 years by the time that card came out.
Well, what's funny about that card is there was a Nike postcard, you know, where Jordan's dunking from like 1985. That's, you know, considered a card, but it's not his rookie card. And then you got the 84 star card, which is, but the problem with those star cards is they were so bootlegged. The printing was so like garage style printing that they could be reproduced so easily that there's no way to know if it was printed in 84 or 95. So people don't really collect them because it's just too cheap of a product and too easily reproduced. I mean, anybody could reproduce those cards.
I mean, there are some players that have inserts in their rookie season, and whatever card year was considered their rookie year. Like for example, like Jim Edmonds. Yeah. He has the Tidal Waves rookie or the Tidal Waves insert or something like that.
Yeah. So, same with A-Rod. His rookie season card is 94. He's got that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Or Albert Pujols never had a prospect card. His rookie card was his rookie season. Yes. And Ichiro too. So there are a few players out there where their rookie card is their rookie season.
He had some minor league cards, but
Pujols. Yeah, but he was. Yeah, but that wasn't mainstream like Bowman or Topps.
I miss those minor league cards, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun.
I guess you have them for Topps Heritage Minors or whatever it is.
Yeah. Another one. Love it.
Furlough 120 says, "Isn't the first insert card 86 Fleer All-Star?" I'd say that was probably like the first modern.
Yeah, modern. But like if you go back to the 60s, those Decal Edges and those game cards, those are not regular issue cards. Yeah. They weren't part of the regular set.
So they were technically inserts.
They were technically inserts.
But the first mainstream, like this is considered an insert, was the 86 Fleer.
No, it would be the 60s, 68 and 69 Topps. Those definitely were inserts. Absolutely.
Do they consider them inserts?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. They came out of the regular Topps packs, but they weren't part of the regular Topps set.
Maybe we'll say the 86 Fleer All-Star started the boom.
You know what started inserts? It wasn't the 86 Fleer All-Stars. It was in 1990. I was collecting in 1990. And Donruss made so many errors. Score, Donruss. I mean, all the manufacturers. You had 90 Topps. There was a Ben McDonald error variation. There were so many errors in 1990. And
of course, the Frank Thomas.
The Frank Thomas. And the companies were making errors on purpose for chase cards. There's no doubt that that they were doing it on purpose for chase cards. And then the companies realized, hey, people are chasing these rare error cards, and I think that's what sparked them to make the numbered in 91. I really think it's what all the errors that were done on purpose in 1990 sparked the insert craze. Yeah. But anybody that was collecting in 1990, if you remember, comment down below or comment in this live feed and tell us what you remember. But I remember Score, Topps, Donruss was horrible. Fleer was horrible. I remember those Players of the Decade cards all had error variations. Yeah. I mean, there were so many errors in 1990. It was ridiculous. And that's what sparked the inserts. It wasn't those... Because also, you got to remember...
1989 was a big year, too.
Those Fleer All-Star error cards only came in the rack packs, I think. I don't think they came out of wax packs. I think you had to buy... there were 3 wax packs and a rack pack. And one of the wax packs contained within the rack pack gave you that all-star insert card, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
I remember 1989, like Randy Johnson, the 89 Fleer. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of that.
Oh yeah, that's because of the Marlboro. I don't think that was an error that was done on purpose. Same with the Billy Ripken. That wasn't done on purpose. But there were some errors that could have been done on purpose.
Dale Murphy. With
89 Upper Deck, and then the Gary Sheffield with the backwards SS on shortstop. That error. So like stuff like that. That's what got the inserts going. It wasn't the quote unquote first inserts. People didn't chase those cards back then. Yeah. They were like, oh, this is something different. What do I do with it? It's not part of the set, you know?
Yeah.
I don't remember being excited about pulling those cards when I was a kid. I was just, oh, okay, there's a star in the background.
Pull a Jose Canseco base card.
I know, huh?
The Grand Slammers.
I
Those
know,
were the
huh?
ones that you were excited.
Oh
for.
yeah, Donruss. Yeah, they did that. Oh, and then they had the MVP cards in '88 Donruss. Those things weren't. I mean, they put those almost in every pack. It seemed like.
So but those were the cool ones to pull.
Yeah.
The Donruss Grand Slammers were always my favorite.
Yeah.
Bonus card set.
Yeah, those were cool.
Because they look cool.
Yeah.
Even the 91 Donruss.
They were never worth
which is like an
though.
ugly set. The Grand Slammers still look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or like the Blaster Masters from 91 or 92 score.
I don't think those are inserts. I think they were subset. Yeah.
They're actually part of the main set.
Yeah, they're subset cards within the.
But they were cool.
They were, yeah. Anyway, any other comments?
I don't know. That's about all I got.
Okay, all right. I know. Thank you everybody for commenting. I've seen our screens popping up with all kinds of comments. I can't really read all of them, and we can't keep up with all of them. But thank you for everybody that's joined us, and thank you for everybody that watches this video archive. Guess we're gonna wrap this up for now.
Thank you everybody for supporting the channel.
Yeah, thanks for everyone. Oh yeah, you know what? I was noticing the other day we're really close to 4,000 subs, and we haven't really made a whole lot of content lately. So I guess our old content, people are still watching it out there. So for everybody new to the channel, thank you for being part of the Baseball Card Junkies family. We've had over the last 2.5, 3 years, we've had a great time.
We may have to do some update videos on some of those.
Yes, we have had a lot of people. Yeah,
because a lot of stuff has changed in the hobby just since that. 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Like when I look at the comments on our channel, most of them are from videos from like 2 or 3 years ago. People rarely comment on our
providing actual informative content.
We used to sit down and actually, I have like a topic in mind when we made videos.
We may have to start going back through.
Yeah, that'll probably be our next project. Go back through and maybe remake some of our older videos and kind of update. Because the hobby's changed a lot. Like our top cards of the 1980s.
That's changed.
Yeah, that video.
90s.
Yeah. Anyways, so guys, that'll be it for now. It's been a fun time. Thanks for everybody for joining us. I guess we've been on here for close to an hour.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And we're actually going to record another video and upload it sometime next week. So we'll have something for you guys next week. And hopefully we'll be able to make more videos more frequently than we've been able to the last 3 or 4 months. All right, guys. So until next time.
Happy collecting.
Happy collecting. Peace out. Enjoy your Saturday.